Hey you guys, it's your girl Jasmine and I am back with another video. And today I'm kind of like sharing some information of like why you need to have a cleaning business. Why I started my own cleaning business. If you haven't watched that very first video, I thought it was kind of like nostalgic for me, like to kind of just go over, that decision of what made me start this cleaning business. We started my cleaning business, 7 years ago. Okay, it's been 7 years, and it totally started out of desperation. I would love to say I had like this big idea, but I didn't. It was literally out of desperation. My husband was a truck driver, and he was trying to go out and work in the oil fields, and I just had Jay Savory, and he was out there working, and the work wasn't coming like we thought it was going to come. We had these big dreams for what it was going to look like for him to actually work in the oil field, and he was not getting any work. And of course I wasn't working, and money got low and it got lower and no work was coming, and it seemed like the worse the money got, the more no jobs came. And I remember, cars began to get towed away from in front of our apartment. And of course, my older kids, it was like, Mom, what happened to our, and I'm all embarrassed. I had to tell them, our car got repoed, right? And then another car got repoed, and I just felt like, okay, God, everything is leaving right now. Nothing is happening how I want it to happen. And I remember coming home from the grocery store, it was like the last straw, and I saw an eviction notice on my door, and my heart just dropped. And I come in the house and I'm crying. I call my husband because he's still out there trying to do what he's trying to do. And I'm trying to find any work that he could find out there. And we were not able to come up with that back rent to be able to get that situation fixed. I remember being, there's some things that happen in your life to where you will remember them so well. Well, I remember that voice of that judge, and his words was no, the order remains to stand the same, or something like that. But his voice, it was like an old crackly voice, you can tell he maybe smoked cigarettes on the regular. And it was like I wasn't present, but those words just kept on chiming in my head. And he was like, ma'am. And I just went in my car. I had to borrow my mom's car, and I was just crying so much. And we got evicted from our home. And luckily, my parents allowed us to move in with them. But essentially, we were homeless. We didn't have anywhere to go. We didn't have anything to do. My husband came back in town to help us move some things over. We had to sell a lot of things, let a lot of things go because we didn't have the space. My parents had a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. So it was myself and my kids and my husband staying in 1 bedroom with 7 people to 1 bathroom, you guys. And it was a smaller apartment, but of course I'm grateful for that because it could have been worse. We could have literally have to be in a homeless shelter. And I remember us looking, having to look at that idea of what that would look like. And I was like, no way. We could, maybe we'll just all go with you to to the oil fields, and we'll stay in the truck, and it was just a mess, okay? And so I remember I was at my mom's, and I had the baby and my kids. I'm just what is a way that I can bring in money fast? And I was talking to somebody that was you need a service-based business, a business that you can start to where you'll be able to get paid first and then do the service. So I've been an entrepreneur before, and I've done, the blogs and the physical products and the little Etsy shops and sold t-shirts and things like that. But I know doing things like that take money up front. I didn't have no money up front. So then it was just doing research and figuring it out. Okay, let's do a cleaning business. So I did a cleaning business. I try to find as much information out there as I possibly can, just researching the mess out of it. And I just found where to start posting to get jobs. So I started on Thumbtack. I had very little money, so I just posted enough just to get 1 lead. I didn't have the idea to like find the cleaners because y'all, I was just trying to make money and make money as fast and the most as possible. So I remember like getting cleaning supplies from my mom's cabinets, broom, vacuum. I had to go to the dollar store up the street to find some spick and span spray. I put a little Fabuloso in there to make it smell good. And I went to cleaning. I got my first job off of Thumbtack. I super undercharged because I was so desperate. I didn't really know the pricing scale, like how to price and what to price and, you know, what to charge. I was like, okay, I'll charge this. And I remember I got the job and it was a really bad house. Every single job that I like super undercharged from, it was really nasty. At this time, my husband was back home and he would come with me not to help clean. I mean, I'm sorry, honey, if you're watching this. He would help clean sometimes, but he was really there out of safety. Like, I'm not going to send you to no stranger's house. And, you know, of course, I'm like, honey, it's okay. Like, I have my phone on, GPS on, you'll find me, the phone will stay on, right? But it was a really nasty house. And I took the profit that I made from that house, and then I just took that money and I put it back on Thumbtack and I got 2 more leads. And I, you know, was like, I didn't even really know what to do. I took like my past sales experience from me working in retail banking and financing. And I just remember like all of those skills that I had to learn to do that job well. And I took that on to me trying to communicate and close leads on Thumbtack. And I just remember like super nice customer service, be overly nice, right? Response time, make sure that I respond right away. And that was basically like what I did. And then so I remember like that week, so I got 2 more jobs, right? And I did those 2 jobs, super nasty houses. I remember one house was just I was doing a dorm apartment, like a college here in Dallas, but he just wanted us to do this 1 bedroom. And you guys, this bedroom was like, you couldn't see the floor. You couldn't see the wall from like shoulder. I mean, like, waist down, because it was just pile of clothes and shoes and just stuff. In all actuality, that really wasn't even a cleaning job. It was really like an organizational job. And that was like a job that I only, you know, said $100 for. And it took me hours to like sort and fold and put. It was a horrible, like I said, I was desperate. I didn't know, but I still took that money from those 2 jobs. And I just took everything I made and put it back into Thumbtack to get more leads. And I remember like the next couple of weeks, like I was just getting leads consistently. And my husband was like, how much money are you making? I was like, I don't know. I'm just pocketing it. Because also at that time, I didn't have like the booking system. I was taking cash, y'all. I didn't do like the Zelle or Cash App. I was just taking straight cash, which like really end up like bite me in the butt later because I have so many unpaid invoices. Because then I was like, okay, I'll just send them an invoice. Let me get all like fancy with it, right? Set up Stripe. And I would send invoices. And to this day, I have thousands of dollars in unpaid invoices, which is why I teach you guys not to do that. Okay? Do the pre-authorization, collect their card, hold their money, and get paid, okay? But like I said, I did not know whatsoever. And then I was super shy. Like I would go to the house. I would be like, okay, yes, I'm all done. Let me get your money. Like it was just super like uncomfortable to me. So yeah. But I mean, that was basically how I started, you guys. Like I didn't have anything. So for those that are like, I'm in a financial situation to where I'm not making the income that I want, and I'm pretty close to homelessness, and I'm pretty close to losing this, and I'm pretty close to losing that. Yes, I will teach all day long how to do it the right way because I know the benefits that comes with doing it the right way. But I'm also was that one that didn't have a DBA, $27. Please, I need to take that $27 and put it on Thumbtack to get a lead, okay? So I understand those that I mean, like, look, Jazz, like you telling me to do all these things, but I don't have anything. Like, do what you have to do to get out of your situation. That's why I always feel like a service-based business, a cleaning business, is always going to be my go-to answer when somebody's like, I'm struggling financially or this or that or the other, because it changed it for me. Like, we got kicked out of my 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment because me and my parents lived in the same apartment complex. We just moved here to Dallas from California, and we moved into the same apartment complex, still not knowing the area, just let me just settle somewhere. But we got kicked out of that 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, and being able to build up my cleaning business was able to allow us to move into a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house, like humongous house, humongous backyard, right? Like, sometimes we don't understand the path that God takes us, because if it wasn't for that situation, you guys, I would have never started this business. Like, this would have never crossed my mind. Like, I remember sitting on that couch with Jay Savory, and God was like, cleaning business. I'm like, cleaning business? Okay. I love to clean my own house, right? But so, like, it took that situation for me to even do this kind of business, which opened the doors to so many other things. Oh my gosh, right? And I was telling a friend of mine, and I was like, I sit back and I reminisce and I talk about that part, right? About how the cleaning business like took us from nothing into like something, into like a really great life. And I thought it was doing it just for me, but then to come to find out it's doing it for hundreds of others. Like, that part, you know what I mean? Like, I was being a little selfish thinking that God just did it for myself. I was being real selfish, but like, to think that it wasn't even about me, that I was just a tool, just an instrument, to be able to come out here and teach. And now, like, the CEO Cleaning Academy has over 350 students. You know what I mean? Like, we just started the monthly membership, and that membership, it has almost 75 members in that membership. And we have students in there that's making 6 figures in a year. I have a student in there that did $125,000 in 6 months. Oh my gosh, like, insane. So it just really just blows my mind, and it just makes my heart overspill with joy. Just to think about like that situation. I just remember just crying. I just remember crying and feeling so lost and helpless. I'm such a control freak where I feel like I have to control everything, when all actuality I don't have control over anything, but I be thinking I do. Hence all the calendars all over my office. But I just remember crying, and I remember being so desperate and trying. I needed to do something, and opening my cleaning business is what I did. And I grew it. I remember my first 5K month, and my husband was like, what in the world? We were so shocked. We didn't know that people paid money to actually get their home cleans. Like, I come from a family and from a community of people that clean their own house. You know what I mean? So it was very eye-opening to me. And then when we had our first 10K month, I was like, oh yeah, baby, let's scale this bad boy, okay? That's when my wheels started turning, and I started thinking of, how can I grow this? How can I maximize this? How can I scale this to the most it can do? And I tried so many different things to figure out like which was gonna be the best fit for me. Physical products, other states, franchising, licensing, all the things, right? And I loved the journey of both of those. I loved when we had the other cleaning company in Arizona. I don't know, maybe I'll do it again or try another one. I really loved developing our own cleaning product. That was probably the most fun that I've had within this industry. But the best thing out of everything is being able to teach you guys how to launch a successful cleaning company. I think that brings me the most joy. That makes me feel the most purposeful. It makes me feel the most fulfilled, being able to come and share with you guys like my ups and downs, the mistakes I made in my cleaning business. I feel like the first couple of months, these first 6-7 months of having a YouTube channel, I talked a lot about like logistically how to do, answering questions. I'm still going to do that, but I also want to kind of give you guys some more behind the scenes, some of those ups and down valley moments, because I don't want to talk just about rainbow and Skittles all the time and don't also share like those down moments, because in everything there's going to be something down, right? But that's only just that's purposeful. That's meant to be there for elevation, right? So I feel like we're gonna get into a lot of that this upcoming year, and I'm just really excited about that. So as we close out this 2022 chapter, I just want to encourage you guys, like, no matter where you're at in your life, if you're like, you cannot relate to any of what I just talked about, which is awesome, you know, or for those that maybe is still right now, just know that you will be able to get out of that situation. Just know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, even though you may not feel it. Like, even though you don't think it's there at all, even though you think God forgot about you, He hasn't. And that deep breath was like, because like I can so relate to that, like beyond, I'm not going to be getting all emotional up on this YouTube channel. But just know that, like, if you're looking for something to start to be able to bring an income to yourself, to your family, start a cleaning business. Okay. When people ask me why I started a cleaning business, I'd be like, do you have time? Like, how much time? Because I can give you the logistic answer, but oh, you can do this and profit and leverage and this and this, but do you have time? So I can really tell you like my true answer. You know, like when people ask you, hey girl, how you doing? You be like, oh, I'm good. But on the inside, you're like, oh my God, I'm dying. I'm frustrated. I'm mad. I'm upset. I'm stressed. I'm depressed, right? So I want to be like, do you really want to know why I started this cleaning business? Okay, so I didn't even really mean for this video to get down like this. I was literally just gonna come in here and like kind of just go over how to start a cleaning business, but this kind of just flowed out. So I think it's purposeful, and I think it's meant for somebody to hear. And we're definitely gone over my normal time that I like to stay within. But just know, you guys, if you're looking for a business to start in 2023, please try this. Okay, if you're a solo cleaner and you're trying to go into the CEO company, please do this so that way you can scale and you can stop stressing your body and doing all the work yourself. Okay, so I love you guys. Please like, share, subscribe, follow me on social at Jasmine Tates on Facebook and Instagram, because I'm going to be popping up a lot more and sharing a lot more content and value and just showing you some more realness and transparent. Like, if I can't get no more real than I've already been, it can get realer. Okay. So I will see you guys. Join that Facebook group too as well. You guys, so much more content in there. And if you're like really super ready to start, get in the course. That course has a full blueprint of how to start your cleaning business from A to Z and beyond. Like, the bonuses are insane. All right. So let me shut up. All right. Bye, you guys. I'll see you guys later.